Can we get our laugh on today? Can we have some fun? Let's just make some funnies. All right, let's tap into it.
You know my squad. You know my squad. I said there ain't nobody messing with my squad. You know my squad. You know my squad.
Subscribe Squad is another day, is another dollar. It's time for another freaking reaction, because that is what we do. You look at me and I look at you. You look at me and I look at you. That is what we do. Now, before we go ahead and react to some Daniel Tosh for the first time on the channel, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to hit the like button, sub button, bell button, because you can ring my bell. Ring my bell, ring, ring, ring. Let me know every single time, literally every single time I drop a new video. Not only that, but Scribe Squad, I have this goal. Trying to get to 30K subs so I can drop a new music video. With that being said, big dog, big dog, big dog. Appreciate all the love and support. Continue to send me donations. That's how we make better content here on the channel. CashApp, Venmo, at TheRealScribe. Follow me at TheRealScribe on all my social media. Today we're going to be listening to some Daniel Tosh, and it's his joke called White. Never heard the man before. I hope he's funny. Hope he makes me laugh. Let's go. Let's get a laugh on.
Wow. Thank you. Believe it or not, that gets old. It is great to be here in America. Oh, yeah. The greatest country in the world, if you haven't traveled a lot.
That part, as America, we swear we're the best country. Now, we're dope. Don't get me wrong, we're dope. But there's a lot of other countries out there with a lot of options. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it in perspective.
Traveled a lot. Do we have to constantly scream we're number one? It's always the people that live in the most boring parts of this country that scream the loudest. People in Kansas, we're the greatest country in the world. It's like, do you guys have internet there? You ever seen a photo of Fiji? I've never been to Fiji, but I've seen photos. It looks pretty amazing. It's hard to think we're better than that.
Yeah.
We're top 10. Maybe if we started screaming that every day, maybe terrorists would stop trying to saw our heads off. We're top 10. And they'd be like, that's fair. It was that number one stuff that was getting old. America's basically turned into one of these factories where we just have a sign up, like, it's been 22 days since our last horrible thing. And it's like, oh, all right, rip it down, we're back at zero again. These things just keep happening, you know, whether it's Ferguson or Baltimore. I can solve racist cops. That's an easy fix. But nobody comes to me for the answers. You want to get rid of that forever? How about this? Only black people should be allowed to be cops. Boom, problem solved.
He's stupid, bro. He's stupid. Oh, wait.
Only black people should be allowed to be cops. Boom, problem solved. And if any of you have issue with this, it's because you're racist. Ooh, what about white people? White people can be firefighters. We're more outdoorsy, it makes sense. White people, firefighters, black people, cops. Who wants tickets to the softball game now? Yeah, it's gonna get pretty tense. Might wanna put in a mercy rule. And the next time we have one of these tragedies, inevitably we will, and you happen to be so unfortunate enough to know the person that's being accused of the crime, do us all a favor and don't get on TV the next day and be like, I lived next to him for 32 years. I never could have seen this coming.
I swear I don't understand why those people be doing that. Like, I swear, he so has a point. Like, why, big guy? Why?
Next day, and be like, I lived next to him for 32 years. I never could have seen this coming. Maybe you should be locked up for 6 months. I find nothing more disrespectful. You never could have seen it coming. I've never met anyone in my entire life that I couldn't wrap my brain around the fact that they are capable of awful things. Literally no one. My mom could blow up a nursery. And if you put me on TV the next day and I was completely honest with myself, I'd be like, I can fucking see it. No, it makes sense.
Like, I just don't understand. Like, some of these people be living such bizarre lives. Like, how did you not see this coming? Like, how? How, Sway? You said he did what? He was doing what the past 3 months? And you didn't see nothing. None of this behavior was a red flag. None whatsoever.
No, it makes sense. Sometimes when I was a kid, I'd come home from school. She wasn't happy to see me. I think she hates children. Ladies, know that every man you're sitting next to tonight, if you could get into their head and see every thought they have ever had, you would immediately pull out a gun and blow your head off. Because trust me, they're capable of anything. All day long, every day, nothing but twisted, weird, awful shit is just going round and round and round. And what do you do at night? You snuggle up next to them because you're so happy that you're not alone. And I think that says more about you. That notion that your parents raised you on, stand by your man, if you're insane. The second your man gets accused of anything, you immediately distance yourself.
He really do got a point. Must be a part of your own rescue. My name is Bennett and I ain't in it. Now, if you didn't do it, that's different. I'm going to hold you down. We going to fight through this. You did that thing. You don't want to do crime. Don't do the time. You don't want to do the crime, big dog. You got to be on your own. You got to go. You got to go.
You immediately distance yourself. Just be like, I don't know what the fuck he's into. And buy clothes in the next town. We'll forgive you. By the way, I do love this country. We're the only place with any diversity. The entire planet's segregated. You realize that when you watch international sports. Like I was trying to watch the World Cup, despite hating it. I get it, soccer's the most popular sport on the planet. That's because half the world can't afford AC.
Though he's got a point. He so has a point.
The world can't afford AC. And that's about how long you have to run just to get tired enough to fall asleep in these godforsaken countries. You ever try to gamble on soccer? What's the over-under? 0.5? How much time's left? It's a secret. I'm out. But we have diversity. Other teams don't. Or if you look at the Olympics, you look at our U.S. gymnastics squad. We have an Asian girl, a white girl, a black girl. Look at the Chinese squad. Any guesses? Did you guess exclusively Chinese bitches? Yeah, that's all that's ever been on that team. That's all that will ever be on that team. And they wonder why they're not getting golds anymore. Well, you better get a Harlem in China.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I'm weak. Ooh, I gotta catch my breath. Oh my god, he funny. I like this guy. We got to do more of him.
Wonder why they're not getting golds anymore. Well, you better get a Harlem in China. You think snapping together iPads all day is tough? It is not as tough as it used to be. Now they have suicide nets around their building so they can jump out, bounce right back. Sorry, boss, just need some fresh air. Back to making Americans more stuff? You got it. This is a tough joke to do as a white comedian, but here goes.
Anybody who starts off like this, anybody who starts off like that, bro, I'm scared. Here we go.
To do as a white comedian, but here goes. Because where this country is now, from where we came from, is pretty remarkable. There's nothing more shameful in our country's past than slavery. Okay, that's horrible. But I've grown up in a generation where I've idolized black people my entire life. They are better at everything. So the fact that we pulled off slavery, I've already said it's awful. That's off the table.
Oh my god. No, he isn't. No, he is not. No, he is not, bro.
Awful. That's off the table. I'm just saying, it's kind of neat. I mean, at any point, they could have been like, you know we can just run away, right? And you will never catch us. And if you do, we will beat the living shit out of you. All right, that's about how well that joke should go over. There's a fine line between appreciating the sarcasm and, ooh, this feels like a rally. And you did well. That's a joke I do not do everywhere. That's a joke, if the audience gets a little too excited, I shut it down. You start hearing a couple yee-haws, trouble's a brewing. As soon as yee-haw hits a certain octave, hate crime and T minus 10, 9.
He real bold for that joke, bro. Yeah, he right. He can only do that in certain neighborhoods. He right about that. Okay. But he's funny, though. He's a funny guy. I want to do more of him. Let me know. More Daniel Tosh on the channel. Like button, sub button, bell button. Like, you gotta go.